Alright, so this is what it looks like from my end. Test. Let's see. Oh my god. Okay, and then... Oh, but it has to be... This is fun. I might just keep this. How do I know if somebody joins? Do I just sit here and wait for somebody to join? That does kind of suck. Jerry Seinfeld joke. A1, very funny, high-level comedy. This isn't gonna be recorded and saved, but I'm here anyway. Am I right? Look at that wonky ear. I have 2 different ears. They're like different ears. One looks like that, kind of normal ear. That one, and it has like a little flippy. That's got a weird scenario going on up over there. I'd really love to know a question. Let's see. Start a Q&A. Ask a question. I'm just kind of playing around with this right now. I put a poll up there. This is my first live ever. I don't know. Obviously, I'm a woman. I'm not like, hi. I'm just gonna keep talking a little bit to myself here so you don't feel uncomfortable. Yeah, obviously, I'm like a girl, but I like Stavi's World, that podcast right now, where he takes in the voicemails or calls and answers and gives advice based on it. My name is Bridgette. Bridgette's World. Bridget baby. No, Stavi. Yeah, I've had I've had an interesting life, so I feel like I have decent perspective, unique perspective on things. Hi. Like my first experience with racism, I grew up in Southern California, so I was in this place called San Jacinto. Favorite color, dark teal or orange, maybe a magenta now lately. So my first racial experience was in San Jacinto and playing with the neighborhood kids and iPhone. And I was trying to get in on like the basketball game that like the neighborhood kids were playing, whatever. And I don't know, I must have said something annoying or been that. I kind of am that, so I wouldn't be surprised. But I said something, and then this little boy, I'm sure his nickname was like Feo or something. I can remember what he looked like. And he just looked at me and said, "Shut up, Weta." And I did not know what that meant, but I ran home sobbing. I felt hurt. It felt hateful. And yeah, that's a little like boring. But I don't know. Like I'll say the N-word when I'm singing along to songs. If I'm alone in the car, I do. 'Cause I get that I don't know, like I experienced that hateful racism, and I get that it's just hearing those words kind of triggers ya. But if I'm alone listening to humble in my car. I remember syrup sandwiches and grandma allowances, finessing ninjas with some counterfeits, but now I'm counting this. I've had to modify it, but yeah, see, ninja, freedom of speech. But it's about how people feel. Like, you never know what stories people have like grown up with from their parents, because racism is like generationally taught. So in some places it's like, oh, fuck these white people. In other places they don't hear that. Same goes for white people. But you can have that sensitivity, like hearing anybody say a name that you know has been used against you before is gonna upset you. I mean, it's gonna like trigger you a little bit. That's why white people shouldn't say the N word. But yeah, freedom of speech. Nobody's asked a question yet. Do you guys have any problems in your lives? How old are y'all? This is a green screen. Should I change it? There's no changing it. I would feel hurt if that happened. Yeah. If just hearing the hateful name. All right, back to chit chatting. I was a Demolay princess in high school. Demolay is like a Freemasonic thing, but it's not really like anything like super duper serious. I think that the Masons have been kind of overpuffed and blown now. It's died out in the last 20 years. Masonry isn't the same thing that it used to be. The age is a big thing. Most of the men that were raised in Freemasonry, they're aging out, and their sons, they kind of weren't the best fathers. Uh, it's really symbolic of social changes in general, because Freemasons used to be kind of the top boys club of society. Uh, and I think hedonism took over. I think they got all a little sucked into the trappings of success, absolute power corrupts absolutely style. And so the Freemasons aren't really that powerful anymore. They just, it's honestly a bunch of nerds. It really is. Like, oh man. I mean, the boys club, Demolay, at least where I'm from, Southern California, it's just a bunch of losers. I mean, like, though, it's just the kind of like social rejects that come from well-to-do families, so their parents put them in the Masonic youth groups. But I don't know, it's weird. It's like how private schools, people send their kids there just to have them network with other successful children. Upwardly mobile. That's the fun word. That's what the elites use. Yeah, upwardly mobile. If you're not wealthy, you gotta at least be upwardly mobile. That's the number one thing. Tommy Hilfiger, I think it was, or Ralph Lauren got into a lot of trouble for that in like the 90s. They said that, this could be fact checked, I might be wrong, but they said that our clothing brand is for upwardly mobile professional white women. And people were like, what the fuck? But like, upwardly mobile. What a phrase. Yeah, upwardly mobile, because like you can start at like a service career, you can start in fast food, and if you have the wheel, you can get up there. Not through the fast food company, but like upwardly mobile, making smart choices in life and learning from the mistakes of others. Yeah, upwardly mobile. What a fun way to hear that. You guys know about the Rich Dad Poor Dad book? That's like some early 2000s business. But yeah, I mean, like, rich people really raise their kids different than poor people do. And like, the scarcity mindset really makes a difference. Um, yeah, like when people are raised with not a lot of money, when they get money, they spend it immediately, dude. Like my parents did that. My parents, looping back to the racism, I mean, like they had they did not fit their demographic visually. They had a term for what they called their financial situation that I will not repeat, but what they did was they spent all their money as soon as they got it. Eating out at dinner, going out shopping, getting new colognes, new clothes, new shoes, all of that. It was kind of crazy. And when you think about it, God, they were such flawed people. I was raised by two people who I think were ahead of their time because I see a lot of them in people today. Like, I was raised by a porn addicted, disgraced Baptist pastor and the mistress that he left the church for. He had 3 kids and a wife of 20 something years. And, I think the power, maybe not the power, but like all his life, I don't know. Before, yeah, dude, online porn addictions in the 90s, people got fucked up, dude. Gen X and like the boomers, their brains, they were the first ones, dude. They're like the iPad babies of porn, if that makes sense. Because, like, the iPad babies were a little bit of like a test. Like, we don't know what happens to kids when they get, like, hey, uh, we don't know what happens to kids when they grow up with a fucking screen attached to them. And for the boomers and Gen X, nobody knew what it did to a child seeing naked body or sex or something like that. Like, they got brain rotted, dude. They're like still fucked. You can tell, like, boomer and Gen X dudes, like men. Oh, dog. They can't even talk to their own sons without pointing out all the tits around them. Like, they can't have a genuine conversation. Their brains are rotted from the porn. Like, someone ask a question. I'm losing it here. Oh, Danny boy, the pie. Oh man, there's one person in here. I was just doing. Oh, Mike's heard lemonade. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are falling. I really don't sing much. I was doing that because there was nobody in here. Somebody ask a question. You got any problems in your life? I have good perspective on it. Know any Sarah Jones? I don't know Sarah Roses. I know Nora Jones. I waited till the break of dawn. I am old enough to drink. I have a 7-year-old child. (20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. I guess I could have conceived at 14, but no, I'm well old enough to drink. Why is your name The Guardian? Is it at the news, or is it more like a title, like I will guard? Were you just a football player, freaking nose tackle? No. Center. Left guard, right guard, I don't know. Death is fun. I know somebody that just had 2 deaths in their family. Happen, like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't start talking about death. This green screen is fun. Can't recreate it. Suicide. Never commit suicide. If you're gonna kill yourself, you might as well just, like, go run away and do something else, you know? Like, if you could do anything in the world, what would you go do? And, you know, if you're gonna kill yourself, just go do that thing instead, you know? Like, I think that'd be a kind of cool job program to help, like, artisan crafts that are dying. You could get, like, I mean, you know, because you hear about it all over the world. Like, we'll do Italy for one. They're, like, types of pastas that are gonna disappear forever because the one family that makes them, the artisans or whatever of it, they're not, there's no next generation of them. So the art is going to die with them. And I think that it'd be pretty cool to have, like, a database or, like, I don't know, like, matchmaker service almost that connects suicidal people with, like, open life's purpose. I don't know how to say it. Like, a position where there's a gap where somebody's life purpose, like, we need someone whose life's purpose is this task to come in and be right here, but we have nobody around us that can do it. I think that there should be, like, a suicide hotline kind of connection thing where people who want to end the life that they currently have can go start a new life somewhere else altruistically or, like, selflessly in a way that'll help the world, where instead of, like, subtracting from it, they can contribute to it. I want to say it was something in Japan. Thank you for that. I want to say it was something, right? And hope. Yeah, dude. And it would be like a net benefit for kind of